I've been planting wildflowers. I've been scheming our grand escape. Never cared for silver linings. Never did believe in fate. I've been messed up, and I messed up just that one time, and that time again. But we never promised perfect. You know circles ain't got no end. And every river's got some reason. Every meadow is past due, and all the gravel that I've traveled somehow led me straight to you. We've been riding on hurricanes. We've been swimming through the flood. Went out walking around the desert, hand in hand, survived by love. And every river's got some reason, and every meadow is past due. And all the gravel that I travel somehow led me straight to you. I've been planting wildflowers. You've been spinning stars in the stars. Come tomorrow, it'll all be different. Butterflies and no more wars. Butterflies and no more wars.
Hey, oh, good morning to you.
Good morning.
How are ya?
Butterflies and no more wars. What a great lyric in that song.
Right, very cool too. Milo Music artist, right there. Another one's going to be taking the stage coming up this fall, or already has. They just make a big list of all of these artists, these hundreds, and oh, God, there's got to be thousands of artists on there that have taken that stage right here in the heart of the Fox Valley, and that is super cool that that's in our backyard and something that we get to take part in, and looking forward to it coming up later this summer. But a whole lot of summer to live and experience before then. Here's we roll into spring on our way down to the weekend. The downward spiral to the weekend has begun. A weekend that's not loaded with plans. I should be on a beach somewhere, like in the next 24 hours. Like legitimately, my group, my people, my mom, some people I grew up with, some Jason Gengler from Greenstone, one of my buddies there. That whole group of people. This is the week that we go tropical. They're on their way right now. They're on an American flight heading to Panama to spend a week down there. And I'm normally with them. I'm the comic relief for them guys. So I'm not there now. So I'm sad because I'm not there. I'm bummed for them because now they don't have anybody funny to hang out with. Someone cool like me to hang out with.
Maybe we can bring them on the show. We can stream them.
Oh, that's actually not a bad idea. That's actually not a bad idea at all.
My son is on his way to Fort Lauderdale, so he left this morning with his
Little
friends.
spring break action.
Little spring break action.
You ever do the spring break?
No, I mean I did with the kids, but I never
No,
like
no.
went.
No, I mean like going to Florida when you're in high school or in college, and where you go down and live carefree for a few days and then
No,
come back with a couple regrets.
I was too responsible.
Got the front door, really?
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
you were off making families and stuff, weren't you?
I was. Yeah, my spring break was like, let's go to Disney World, kids. It was good. Yeah, it's all good.
It's
It
fun
was
though.
all good.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I've actually never been. I'm sitting here giving you grief. I've never been to. I never did that spring break type of thing.
Yeah.
I didn't go to college. I was never like the college crowd. I went right into radio, got my own radio show. And I mean, yeah, it certainly wasn't tropical and we weren't in Florida, but I mean, I was living a life where, yeah, it was kind of like a beach party every other night. So
A
I didn't
beach
have to go to
party.
Florida. Yeah, we had
My friend Stacy just commented on here that she misses Florida already. She was down in Florida with a bunch of her girlfriends from high school. So, maybe not spring breaking 30 years ago, but
Sure.
moms are starting to spring break now. They had some fun. I
Well,
I
why
was watching
not?
her pictures. I know, right? They
Why
had
not? I
these
mean, I guess you get to
fun
that point
hats.
where you get to that point where your kids are old enough to join you and be a part of it in some instances. And then when they're off and they're doing their family thing, making their families and their futures, then it's time for you to catch back up. Because I mean, it's only like you're only taking a couple decades off, to raise
Just
the
a couple
kids. And then,
decades.
I mean, we're still young, right? I mean, the
Right.
numbers say different, but my mind, parts of my
Right.
body feel like I'm still 25. Certainly not all of it, though. Certainly not all of it, though. But good morning to you. Do appreciate you hanging out another sun-filled day today with a chance, really slight chance, for some rain a little bit later on. Looking at about a high of 47 and more sun tomorrow. Temperatures about the same. As we roll into the weekend, though, Saturday, Sunday, got a chance for some clouds rolling in and bringing with them some weather, some wet weather. But again, I'm confidently saying right now that spring has arrived, right? If we get any snow, it's going to be one of those weird here for a day kind of thing and melt and be gone. That's how I feel things are going to go, and I'm putting my stamp on that. I'm saying spring is here today, and we're starting it on National Oreo Day. That's what we're doing.
Do you know what? I got an email this morning from Quick Trip. And if you're a Quick Trip reward member, you can get free Oreos today.
Is that
awesome?
right?
Yeah. Isn't that nice of Quick Trip? They're awesome. I love Quick Trip.
Now, is it the original Oreo, or
Yeah.
do we have
Like the
do we-
classic Oreo.
Okay. Do you see what they're doing with the flavors now with the Oreo? Getting a little crazy.
Well, that's okay, but I'm a classic Oreo girl.
I'm a cookie guy. I'm a anything like any.
Are you a Cookie Monster?
There's not a cookie I won't eat. I did mention that I prefer them chewy though. I don't
Mhm.
like crunchy. Obviously, Oreos are crunchy, but that's what the milk is for.
I know. Oh my God, isn't that the
Right?
best?
Yeah, the best day of my life. You want to know the best day of my life? Top 3
Tell me.
days of my life was when I realized that you could take a fork and stick it in the gooey part of the Oreo cookie to dunk it. I'm like 39 years old. I'm going, why didn't I know this? All these years I've been getting my fingertips milk moist, and it wasn't necessary. You drop one into the bottom.
Did you say milk moist? That's just gross.
I did. I don't know where that came from. That is actually disgusting. Let's never say that again, Christopher. Good Lord. Yeah. So good morning to you if you're watching us right now, or if you happen to be checking out that replay, go ahead and throw your name down below.
Yeah.
And or like or share, show some sort of interaction. Helps us build what we've got going on here. And and spreads the word, and we really appreciate it. And in return, we'll put you in the drawing for another gift card, give away a gift card each and every week. And I think that's a job you actually, the giving part. I think I'm going to give you the cards because I don't know why. I've got a pile of envelopes I still haven't sent out yet. Like, Chris, mailbox is right there. We got a drop off place we can put them. You can use that. And they're sitting right here because I don't know. Because my medication's not right. I'm not taking the right colored pill. I don't know. We'll have to wait till May to discuss more on that and mental health awareness because I don't know. It's crazy. Dude, pull it together.
My friend Stacy that was down in Florida with her girlfriend says we can party better than those 20-year-olds, but we're in bed by 9:30.
But that said, though, there's a lot to be said about that. Truly. I mean, to be able to knock it out all day long. And let's be honest, ladies, we all know that it's a couple cups of coffee and a mimosa or 3. And the day
Or
started.
Bloody Mary.
Or, yeah, right. Right. At 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning. And if you're cooking it for the next 12 hours, I'm sorry, but that's superstar status. Just because it's not from the hours of 11 to 4 in the morning when the amateurs are out doing their thing, which most of the time you're just like, you know what, I don't want to be any part of that poop show.
Right.
Like, no. So
Right.
no, I'm way okay with that. I think that's rock star status. I wish I would have realized that. I wish I would. I mean, think about that growing up and being that party animal. You're like, oh, it's 2:30 in the morning. You're cranking it up, but everybody else had the exact same kind of fun. They did it in daylight. They're in bed already, and then they'll be up and they'll be able to enjoy the rest of the day and not have to, spend it sleeping and hungover and
Except everybody else that you want to hang out with is still up. Like, we're going to bed at 9:30 and my kids are probably just going out.
Yeah. And I mean, I get it. It's just too bad that we didn't realize that back in the day, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Back in the day.
I have no problem. I have no problem tearing things up and then getting to bed early so that I'm able to get myself recovered in the morning and enjoy the next day. And especially if you're on vacation and you're doing like the tropical trip or something where you've invested some money, you've worked hard to get there. I don't want to be sleeping the whole time. I don't want to be sick the whole time. Trust me, I did that. I did that where I was legitimately sick. Did I ever tell you about that my first trip?
Yes, it's crazy.
Yeah. Like I think I had COVID before COVID was COVID.
I think you were
It was nuts. Very first vacation. I don't get tropical ever in my life. I wait till I'm, shoot, how old was I? It's like 39 or 40. 40, I think. We go down and was it 40? 41. One day. I get up one day out of it, and then the next day I'm sick, and I'm literally in bed for 3 days, 4 days straight. Miss out on all the fun stuff. My roommate occasionally brought me a shake to drink. Otherwise, yeah, it was horrible. And then the next year, I get freaking food poisoning drinking a strawberry daiquiri. So then I was out for 2 days on that one. That knocked me down a peg. But you know what? That's in the past. And all my people that are going down there right now, have fun. Miss you. Send some pictures. I'm super jealous. I was going to get a little crazy this morning and put on the outfit that you purchased for me.
And why didn't you?
Because the only thing that fits are these.
Do the pants not fit you?
None of it fits me. The pants are like high waters, and
who cares?
The shirt buttons on the bottom, but not on the top.
Okay, so wear a t-shirt underneath, and who cares about the high waters?
I'm just, and it's not comfortable. I mean, the sleeves, like literally the bottom of the sleeves, like come up to here on my arm.
What do you have, like Inspector Gadget arms? Go Gadget arms?
I've got this. My body shape is a little bit different. The athletic fit. That's like the fit I have. I got a bigger chest, and my waist and stuff is a little bit smaller. So clothes don't always fit me best. Got to have the right articles, the right cut. But and neither of those fit. So I mean, I could probably make shorts out of the pants. I mean, the capri style, I guess. I mean, those could work, but the shirt, yeah, absolutely not. The shirt was just way too. and even the gut area was a little tight, and like, yeah, I sneeze and a button's popping, that kind of thing. So, but the glasses are fantastic.
Well, I'm glad you like the glasses.
I got this whole Elton John thing going on right now, so
You
I'm
kind
cool
of
with
do.
that. Hey, good morning, Jim Dahlbach. Nice to chat with you. We need to talk to you. All right, man. We'll catch up with you soon. Kathy, good morning. Pam's old diehard. She's one of our favorites. Someday when you and I are ultra famous and we have like, we have this show going and
Ultra
we
famous.
have like a segment on like A&E and a couple other channels,
Okay,
like
let's do
someday
it.
when we're there, we got to remember our core group here that was with us right from the very beginning. A&E
Right.
or whatever. What channels would we be on? Well, if we could pick
TMZ.
a channel.
No,
What?
Bravo.
Oh, okay, Bravo. So like we got to be like the under the deck or whatever that is, or over the deck. Those shows.
Yeah.
Um,
No, you
yeah,
don't like
Bravo.
reality TV, do you?
I don't like it either. I don't
No,
like it.
I like it. You don't.
Oh, I don't like it. No, I liked it back in the day when it started, when the Real World and Road Rules started. Back when Puck, remember Puck? You don't remember
Puck.
Puck?
Wolfgang
Yeah.
Puck?
No, Pedro Zamora. Was it Pedro Zamora, the guy that passed away with AIDS? Like the very first MTV Real World and Road Rules. I want to say it was Road Rules that Puck was a part of. Blonde haired guy who was always causing trouble. Ha! God. That's the first time I thought about that in forever. And I thought for sure you would know who I'm talking
I don't
about.
know. I
How
don't
do
know
you
who
not
Puck
know
is.
who it was?
I just don't.
You were raising babies. That was probably like a feeding time when we should have been watching that. You were breastfeeding or wiping butts or something. Wasn't a big thing for you. But there was a guy named Puck when that all started. So
Hmm.
and it was enjoyable to watch.
Well, my mom and sister were on a reality TV show. So, they were on The Biggest Loser. So we got a little taste of what that was like. It was pretty fun. We should talk about it someday.
Yeah, we should.
Because the whole process that they went through and just how they got on the show and what the behind the scenes stuff was just awesome. Like even them sending production companies from LA to Shiocton. It was like crazy. UW Oshkosh, we did a bunch of stuff there. It was pretty cool.
Very cool. Very cool. I bet that was quite the process. I bet
Oh my
there's
gosh.
like a lot of vetting and to think like if they do that for you experience that in that one situation, there's multiple people in this. So think of the time and the investment and the work that they put into finding those right people for that show. But that is super cool. And
They went to a live audition and got pulled out of the line of people that were waiting and got pulled up to the front of the line and had a special interview. Like they literally, like the producers literally seeked them out of the line.
Well, I'm guessing most of that kind of that pick is based on there was somebody listening. There's like little microphones set up. They're
Nope,
like, all right.
It wasn't that. They actually walked out with a camera and was telling people like, say hi. And what they were looking for were people that they felt that were going to have good stage presence. So, people that were like really good on camera. So they were just trying to pick those people out just candidly on the video. Like that's,
Really?
yeah, it's pretty, the whole process is pretty interesting.
I mean, I figured it's kind of like The Price is Right, right? Like if you want to get picked, you got to do something, right? You got to have, you can't just be Joe Lame. Like they're not going to pick you. If you're like hooting and hollering the whole time and excited to be there and, oh my God, and they see that, they're gonna be like, all right, this person's gonna be fun on Contestants Row. It might even be cooler if we can get them up on the stage. Obviously, that's you don't want turds up there. So I could just kind of feel like it'd be the same thing where their little spotters are sitting back going, God, those two right there, there's some sass and attitude right there. We need to
I'm sure. I'm sure that they were just being loud and boisterous, and they were like, "That's personality. Let's bring those girls up here." So,
are they like you? Would you say that you guys are all really similar in personality and outgoing and like bubbly and that?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
definitely. Oh, for God's sake. Sure.
But my sister had asked me, she's like, "Do you want to go down?" I'm like, "Why? It's a waste of time." I'm like, I just don't even want to waste my time doing it. And then they get picked for the show. I'm like, "Oh, well,
Oh, shoot. All right.
foot in
Well,
mouth."
you,
So,
oh my God. If
yeah,
only I had $1 for every time I've done that.
that's
That's
funny.
okay though.
That's funny.
So just checking my notes here as we scoot on through here. We got that done. We got to go back to the National Oreo Cookie Day today, which also happens to be National Dentist Day today too. So that those coincide rather well. Hate all the dentists out there. Hate going to the dentist,
Same,
but
same.
I digress. We'll go to another one. But hats off to you. New flavors of Oreo cookies. Have you seen any of the new ones? Like, I feel
No,
like in the
what are
past
they?
couple of years, there's been an explosion of flavors.
I mean, I've tried like the mint Oreo ones, which are pretty good. But I don't
Delicious.
know what's that?
I
What?
said they're delicious.
Delicious.
Yeah, yeah, super delicious. And I'm excited to try the new ones that they've got. The two latest releases are Dirt Cake, which, I mean, who doesn't like a dirt cake? I think we all have had and enjoyed a dirt cake at some point, right?
As long as there's gummy worms in there.
Well, it's not dirt cake without the gummy worms, and it's just
Duh.
a mess. You need the
Right?
gummy worms to make it official. Tiramisu is
Ooh.
another flavor, and it looks like it's going to be one of the thin Oreos. How do you not? I still it just blows my mind that you don't like tiramisu. I thought that was like a universal everybody loves, even people who
Mm-mm.
don't like coffee and that kind of. They like tiramisu.
Nah,
Not
I'm
Carrie.
okay. I'm
Not
okay.
Carrie.
Nope.
No, not at all. Hey, Kathy, good morning. Jennifer, good morning. Mama D, good morning to you as well. Thanks for joining us this morning. Be sure to see we got a few people watching. If you happen to be hanging out right now, let us know. Or if you're watching that replay later, drop a line below and say hello so that we can put you in the drawing for a gift card that we'll give away coming up on Friday. So you yesterday really felt the need to point out that there were some Christmas lights up in your neighborhood or something, and we want to use this platform now for you to get that off your chest.
Well, I'm just saying it wasn't yesterday. I was driving home, was it Monday night? And there were people that still not only had their Christmas lights up, but they still had them on. Like, at what point are you like, unplug the Christmas lights? Like, okay, fine if you can't get them down for whatever reason, but do you still need to turn them on? It's crazy to me. Like, there's
Yeah,
like, it's March. Like, I'll give you January. February's like, come on. And now March, I'm just gonna complain about it. So I just think that it's like, why would you still have Christmas lights on? Why?
yeah, you're taking it real personal. I mean, you're right away. You're like, hey, can we find these people? Like, good lord, how about
I'm
we
gonna
just
go
knock on
knock
this
on their
door?
door and be
How about
like,
we start there?
I'll go knock on their door. It'll just be like, I'm just not sure if you noticed this or not, but your Christmas lights are still on, and I just want to save you a little bit on your electricity bill. It's just, I don't know.
What if it's those people that use like, is it truly the Christmas lights?
Oh
Like,
yeah. Oh yeah.
or is it the white lights that they're keeping up?
No, no.
And
It was like the candy canes that were
oh,
still like glowing. Like they were like candy canes glowing. There was another house that had like blue lights that were on. I'm like, what is wrong with you people? Like, it was two of them on the way home. I'm like, you're kidding me. Like, it wasn't one, it was two of them. I'm like, this is crazy.
wow. Well,
Yeah.
bah humbug to you, for goodness sakes. People just trying to hold on to that Christmas spirit just a little bit. All right, people, it's too long. It's time to get them. And when you brought up the fine part, I think that I don't know if maybe there's some municipalities that can like step in. I'm not kidding, because we have I don't know if Nina does, but I know that there was a few people in the neighborhood, and then there was a day that I saw the code enforcement person, the car in our neighborhood. The next day, it's actually kind of funny because they like cleaned up the whole street in one foul swoop. Like, this neighbor had a couch and a chair out in the front. This neighbor had some garbage. This one had Christmas lights. This one had some garbage. This one had Christmas lights. And then the next day, like, they were all gone. So I don't know. Maybe some municipalities can enforce that. I don't know, but
Maybe,
I don't know.
maybe.
Just find something. Just do something else that would annoy them. That's how I feel like if they want to. They're
I
doing it
just
to annoy us.
I'm
What?
just curious if they forgot that their timer is on and that they needed to turn it off, or if they're like, we really just love Christmas so much. They're like Cleo's, right? Like, we're just gonna have Christmas all year round. But
And that's it. That, you know what? That's a great plug. If you want Christmas, go to Cleo's. Grab
right,
yourself a hot chocolate or the Snowball, their famous cocktail, and go get your Christmas fix there. Wait till November to bring those lights back out, and for God's sakes, turn them off.
turn them off. Oh my God, Jessica Crane says that she would love to be code enforcement of Christmas decorations up to law. We're gonna start a coalition.
She's already on it, man. I got the outfit and everything. Let's go do
Yeah.
this. I'll
She's like, I
start
got a
knocking on the
badge.
door.
Here's my badge. Hello, I'm code enforcement for Christmas decorations. You still have yours up. You have 24 hours to get them down, or you'll be fined and I'll be back.
Well,
I'll
good
be
morning,
back.
Jessica. Laura, good morning. Hi, Jody Carlson. Good morning to you. And Leslie, thanks for joining us this morning. Do appreciate that. Are you I was a little worried about you yesterday.
Me?
Yeah.
Why?
When the whole world came to a halt with Facebook and
Oh, I
Instagram.
know. Was that crazy? It
Oh
was
my
crazy.
God. It was
And you,
within seconds of everything happening, this woman right here was sending out messages. Hey, just so you know, we're all down. Things are happening. I'm like, what? Like, what happened? So instantly I'm thinking, oh, great, we did get hacked, because that's what you had said, or something in there was about being hacked. I'm like, oh, great. I knew it right off the bat. We're going to have problems now. We're going to get our channels taken down. And I get on there and I'm like, wait a minute. This isn't just me. And then then you Google it and it's like, oh my God, the whole world is coming to a halt for a couple minutes. It was crazy, but you made it through and you're okay, right?
I survived. But it did make me think about how many businesses rely on Facebook and Instagram and social media to actually run their businesses. And when that gets taken away, it's crippling. So I guarantee you there were some people that are probably thinking like, wow, if that were to happen for a long period of time, or, you know, we put a lot of trust into those networks, but ooh,
Yeah.
that was a little scary.
Yeah, that's where you got to build in those. It's like building an airplane. You got to have redundancies in everything so that if something goes wrong, you have someplace else to go. And that's those that do that wisely in this game, this social media game, and utilizing those platforms. I mean, fortunately, they're not all connected.
Right.
It's when you think about it, it's tough to like. All right, man. I'm not a big Twitter or X.
X.
I've never been big on X. A little bit in Instagram, mostly Facebook. But fortunately, all these platforms are run by from different places, or most of them, so that if one goes down or two goes down, you can still go over here and like stay somewhat connected with the world, so that you've got something going on. But it's yeah, it is pretty crazy when you think about it. Like, oh my gosh, that goes down. Now what's going to happen for
Right.
some of these businesses? And I don't know. I guess that just seems to me like that'd be a great spot for some kind of, I don't know, marketing professional to come in and say, hey, let's cover all of our bases and make sure that we're good to go no matter what. Do you know anybody that can help out with that?
Me.
Yeah, that's right, because she is our resident marketing professional, and we've got a few of those here, and our list continues to grow as we continue to do what we're doing here with newlivingnow.com. Of course, this is New Living Mornings. My name is Carson, and that is Carrie, and yeah, we've built ourselves a little referral resource, professionals that we use on the regular, or our professionals use on a regular, and have had success with them. So we're showcasing their stuff. Free little place for them to show off, and it gives us a reason to get together and do this little show that we like to do Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday mornings right here with newlivingnow.com. And I appreciate everybody that does watch. It's people that come back and check it out, check out that replay at the end of the day while you're laying in bed getting ready to sack out for the night. or killing some time on lunch, or we means the world to us. It really does.
Absolutely.
It's a little, it's a lot. It's a lot for us, and it means a lot to me, and it's awesome to see people join us. So that's super cool.
You're so
Someone needs,
sappy this morning.
what's that?
You're so sappy this morning.
It's because I'm still sick. That's my
Yeah, you
problem.
are.
I'm
You are.
still a little sick. I don't know what's going on. So I told you yesterday, like I've had this throat, like just on the left side. When I swallow, it hurts. Especially if you take like a few minutes between swallows, if like it dries out or something, you don't swallow a lot or you're not drinking something to keep it moist.
Oh,
But
ding, ding, ding. You can't say that anymore, this podcast.
oh, is that it? Is that it?
No,
Is
you use all your, no more M words.
no more moist is this?
Oh, you're going to start getting fined.
All right. I'm done.
Milk
But seriously,
moist.
I feel like I swallowed. And now that you've said what you said about, what did you say? Throat gravel?
Throat gravel. No, tonsil stones.
Tonsil stones. Tonsil stones. I don't know, but it feels like, like this is gonna sound really gross, but when you have like a crusty booger, when you got lots of stuff in your cavities and you swallow it sometimes and you feel it, you're like, oh God, it just went down my throat. It feels like that, except it got hung up on the side and it kind of hurts.
That's a
And it's
tonsil
been there
stone.
for several days now. Last night it actually got to the point where I was considering going to the walk-in to get an antibiotic or something, or just figure out what the heck is going on. And it's not one of those where you can feel it. Normally you can feel it, or sometimes if it's really, if that gland or whatever that thing, what's that called? Is that gland?
Your
Yeah.
your
Lymph node.
lymph nodes.
Yeah. Normally it's like puffed up and you can feel it or see it. That's not going on. It's like in my throat. So it's super weird and scaring me a little bit. And now you're talking about how you can get gravel in your throat or rocks or something. And I was like, oh, do I
Stones.
have a stone in my throat? So that's super weird, but yeah, so I'm off a little bit, and
I have some notable news I want to share.
yeah, well, we need to get into that and see what events we got coming up this weekend. So what you
Yeah.
got?
Well, we've got a lot of construction that's going to start happening between De Pere and Appleton on Highway 41.
Say it isn't so. Are we finally getting another lane?
We're getting 2 lanes.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so
I know.
nice.
I know it gets so congested there. It gets so congested there, and on like game days, it comes all the way back to Appleton. It's like, oh my God, we cannot go this way.
I never understood that. I couldn't figure out why they didn't do that a long time ago.
Right?
Like, hello, it's been that way since the dawn of the Packers. Why was that not done
Right.
first, like that little stretch? That never made sense to me. But
Do you remember before Highway 441 was put in? Do you remember being in the area?
before 441 was put in,
Yeah.
before the whole thing
Yeah.
existed, I don't remember that. No.
You don't? I remember that. It's
Really?
like,
God, I didn't know that. I mean, the Polish connection, I remember that in, where 441, that interchange where you had those 2 weird lanes. And I remember somebody, I don't know, my mom or dad called it the Polish connection.
yeah, I remember
I
when they
didn't-
were building. I remember when they were building 441, and it wasn't there. So it's just like so it's like you just get so used to that. So
My God, how old are you?
I'm 2
Really?
years older than you.
Jeez.
See,
Oh, I
Michelle
don't remember.
Maiman, she says she remembers walking on 441 when it was being built.
Oh my God, you
Mhm.
grandmas. Look at the
Stop.
2 of you.
Right? Grandma
You're
time.
so old.
You're
I'm
so
not from here though. I'm not from here, so I didn't know, I'm 30 miles away, 40 miles away in Red Granites, but
Oh,
growing
sure.
up, we didn't come to Appleton very often. The occasional trip to the mall or whatever during the holidays and whatnot, but Oshkosh was our big city from Red
Oh.
Granite. We went to Oshkosh.
Oshkosh.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
that's where
it'll be that way now. We'll be like, you remember when when 41 was only 4 lanes before they were going? before it was going. So it'll come through.
Yeah. That'll
So
be super nice. That'll be super nice. So what else you got?
Aaron Jones is sticking around for a while. So we've got, I think that was pretty big news for our area, for our Packers and the Jordan Love era. So it'll be interesting.
That's huge.
It is huge. Yeah. And then I think too, looking at Jason Kelsey, did you happen to see his interview when he retired?
Oh yeah, how could you not? I mean, it was like dominated every social media platform, news outlets. I guess when you're a good guy, you're a cool dude, you do your job well, you get a little recognition at the end.
It gets a little love, right? This is emotional. I just love the rawness of it. I think that's what I love about the Kelsey brothers is they're just so real. They put themselves out there, but in like a very authentic way. It's awesome. I love it. Here's a little something for you. The ending scene of The Sopranos. I love them. Hold on, because this is noteworthy news. Something happened with that. So where were they?
They were in a restaurant. They were in a diner having dinner.
Okay, where they were all sitting in what
booth? That
booth just sold for $82,000. Can you imagine coming over to my house and be like, this is the booth that Tony Soprano sat in the final scene?
Okay, so that I would get a little emotional over that right there.
Sopranos. I know you love Sopranos.
Love the Sopranos. It was Tony is like, I mean, my phone, the ringer on my phone is Tony Soprano's ringer. When people call Tony on his little flip phone, that's the same ringtone. Yeah, that is crazy. The Sopranos are just the day James Gandolfini passed away was a sad day. I did tear up a little bit.
Did you?
Like, oh my God, Tony's gone.
I always was wondering if they were going to do a reboot. I think they could do a reboot.
Well, they could. There's lots of little avenues, but when the original is the monster that it was, it's kind of hard to, go into it and say, hey, we're going to beat that. We're going to do better than what we did before, because that's just not going to happen. You're not going to do it without Tony, and several others have now passed away. Paulie, the guy with the white stuff on it, the white sideburns. He's passed away. They had talked about it at one point where maybe the kids took over, and then maybe they became the head of the family and that kind of thing. But no, I think it's one of those. It's best that they leave it alone, and it is what it is, and was, and that was, oh my God.
Yeah,
I was actually much heavier during that point, just because watching Tony eat always made me hungry and want pasta. So I would like, for a couple of years, I had a steady diet of pasta and bad Italian food because Tony sat there and ate it, and it looked so good. So, but yeah, that's cool, man. $80,000 for the booth.
82,000 for the booth. So yeah, I thought that was, isn't that nuts? I just can't imagine having that kind of money. You're like, I'm going to this auction and I'm willing to spend like at least $82,000 to buy the booth, and that's what I want.
Well, hey, my crypto's doing really well. At least yesterday. So if I end up becoming a multi-millionaire, I'm going to go get that booth.
You're going to go get that booth. Let's talk about some events that are happening in our area. Well, the girls' state basketball tournament is at the Resch Center. So the boys always play down in Madison, but the girls' state basketball is up in Green Bay. So we've got Xavier that's playing on Thursday, and we've got Nina that's playing on Friday. So we've got two local teams that are playing up there. So lots of basketball stuff happening. Tomorrow they have free admission at the Trout Museum. So if you've never, got to see what the Trout Museum is about, you can go in there and get free admission and go take a gander around. Have you ever been to Mondo Wine? in Appleton.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yep.
So on Friday, or no, excuse me, on Saturday, they have free wine tasting there.
Heyo, who doesn't like a free wine?
Right? So you could go there for some free wine tasting. Go check it out. I mean, yeah, free wine. Like who wouldn't be there? Let's go.
Yeah.
And then Saturday or Sunday at Waverly Beach, they have a spring craft show.
Nice.
Yeah. So a lot of things going on. We've got St. Patrick's Day next week. So we've got a lot of things to talk about for events next week.
We do. We have this whole month. I mean, of course, we got Easter in the mix too. There's
Right.
gonna be cooking and baking that goes along with both of those events.
Mhm.
And of course, maybe some cocktails, some seasonal cocktails. Well, me anyway. How's the 75 hard going?
It is going. It is going.
Really?
Yeah.
You right up back. You staying on point? No
Oh, it's-
slipping up?
No slipping up. It's just been, it could be a little warmer out outside. That wind just gets me, but it's nice to get outside. But yeah,
Well, it's one of those things that kind of motivates you because the harder you walk, the faster you walk, the warmer your body's going to get, the quicker you get into the groove. And well, stay after it. Don't let
Yeah.
me. I'm going to probably give you some grief along the way, but it's really just my way to motivate you.
motivate
Right
me.
there with you. I will. The gym part is absolutely crucial.
I'm actually drinking water this morning.
You are?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I'm not. I am drinking New Dawn Coffee Company. Got the Costa Rica blend.
Costa
and
Rica.
we had a chance to chat with that fella, and we got that video. If you scroll back a little bit, it's one of the ideas we used to put this whole thing together. Is let's have a cup of coffee and share
Cup of
some
coffee.
local roasters because there are so many of them around here, and so many of them are absolutely delicious and really know what they've got going on. Let's see what else we got on here. Yeah.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Are you going to be here? Are you going to be here Friday, or how is you?
We didn't. Well, I can't be here for the whole show Friday, so you have to decide if you want me for half the show,
Who wants
or
to be a co-host? Who wants to join me Friday morning here on the show? Fill in for, but I mean, are you going to be around or in a place where you could check in on the phone so that all these wonderful people who are here to see your bright, beautiful face can at least get like their taste, their sample? Yeah.
I mean, I just have to be somewhere by 8, so I'm available till like 7:30.
So maybe you can drop in just to say hello.
Yeah, I could do that.
If that's, I think you should be. I think that'll be all right. I think you could find 2 minutes just to say hello to your beloved fans.
My audience.
Yeah. So, you know what? That's all I have on the list because I decided that I don't want to push this thing. We had talked about, our limit's going to be an hour. We're going to be, if we won't go longer than an hour, because that's just ridiculous and nobody's got the time for that nor wants to hear me that long. But it's one of those things where I don't want to push it. I want to have a good conversation with you. I want to give folks an opportunity to drop a line and throw their 2 cents in. I want to play a little music from Mila Music. And when it's time to go, it's time to go. And if we have a slower day like we've got today, well, it's actually my day's super busy, to be honest with you. The real estate business is popping right now. Let me tell you
Poppin'?
what. Yeah, when the sun comes out, so do the buyers and the sellers, and I have got a lot on my to-do list with that today.
We had a conversation yesterday about things you need in spring for your house.
Things
Like-
we need in spring.
Like dog
Oh yeah,
poop
the
pickup.
dog poop picker-uppers. Yeah. Do we have those? Does anybody that's listening right now or checking this out later, is there anybody in the neighborhood that picks up dog poo? Because I know that there's a company in California. I was listening to this on a podcast, and there's a company in Florida or in California that actually goes around and will pick up poo in your yard. And I'm like, oh, absolutely gross. I mean, anything with poo is disgusting. Got a major phobia. But to think that somebody can go out there and make a decent living just going up and cleaning up poo, it's like, huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if there's anybody around here and that's a business that's done, I need to know about it. I need to research them and we need to plug them because there's nothing worse than random landmines throughout somebody's yard. Just
Oh, try
disgusting.
having 2 large dogs, but I don't pick it up. I don't pick ever. I don't think I've ever picked it up. Ever.
Do they poop in the same spot?
No, they poop all over.
So you just let it like turn to the white flaky powdery stuff?
No, that's why I have children and a husband.
Oh, okay.
I just
So
don't
you just
touch it.
you don't have a yard
I
full of
would
landmines that because
I
that was
mean,
that
sometimes, but like I can't. I literally gag. Like literally gag. I can't do it.
yeah.
Like I would be
I
one of those
literally
I would be one of those people that would pay to have someone come over and do it because I couldn't.
I wish I could do that. I wish I could do that because what an easy gig. People would you're right, people would pay good money for that service. There's gotta be somebody
I
around
think
here
it'd be a shitty job.
Oh my gosh. You've been waiting that whole conversation. That's why you started talking about that
I
just so
teed
that
it
you
up
could say
just
that.
for that.
3 minutes later, she finally gets to say it.
I finally get to say it. But you know what though,
Oh,
when
ridiculous.
spring hits, when the weather gets nice, you start realizing all the things that you want to do outside to your house, like power washing, painting, switching out your front door, concrete work. It's, there's a need for those things. And if you guys have companies that that do things specifically like that, like give us a shout out. Let's talk about it and let's talk with them and see if we can learn a little bit more about them and get them on our show and get them on our website because there are people that need that stuff, especially this time of year.
Yeah, absolutely. And as the professionals that you and I are, we work with a lot of these people, but there's a lot that we don't. And at the end of the day, the people that we're going to talk about and promote on this site are those that have been vetted by ourselves or the clients that we work with, and the other professionals that we work with, because the cream of the crop is the cream of the crop for a reason, and they deserve the plugs, and they do good work, and they'll get the love. So yeah, let us know about those people if you need yard work done. It's that time of year where I would imagine with this early spring feeling like the yard companies, the ones that go out and do the fertilizing and getting the things ready, I would bet that they're kicking off real soon, and that's going to be needed. And yeah, there's the gutters on the house, which is a super important thing to have that over the winter can get plugged up, and it's important to make sure that water's running away from your house and all those things. So yeah, do share that information with us and let us know if you got a professional out there that you love, and we'll give them some love as well here on the show. So I've got nothing else for you this morning, lady. Do you have anything for us?
All I know is that Pam told us that she has a client's daughter who picks up dog poop for $20 a yard.
I mean, think about it. How long does it take to pick up? You could be done in 10 minutes. Even in a nice sized yard, I would imagine wouldn't take that long. That's good money right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Should
that's
do
good.
it.
That's that $20 a yard, like a yard. I wonder if that means like a yard or like
Yeah.
she's laying out a square yard. Okay, you got 10 of these. That's $200.
That's what I'd have to charge. I'd be like, you want me to do that?
So
20
gross. Oh,
$20
did I ever
a
tell you
foot.
about the story when I was showing a house and I walked into the dog pen? Did I ever tell you that?
The dog pen?
Yeah, yeah. So I
No.
was walking out it was one of those where the garage was attached to the house, and then on the back side of the garage was the door into the backyard. What they had done was they had put a dog door in the garage so that the dogs could just run out, and they were inside this little fenced-in area on the back side of the garage. And it was late spring. There was still a little bit of snow on the ground, but it was kind of at that point, where you see stuff, right? Well, I'm there with some clients, and they had gone through the back door, and they just walked right through, and they walked out into the backyard, and there was like this extra garage way in the back, and that's what they were going to go see. And I'm not really paying attention. I'm behind them, and I'm kind of doing a couple different things as I'm walking through, and I just stop, and I realize that I'm standing in the middle of this dog pen at the end of winter in Wisconsin, and it's like 10 feet from me to the gate that way, and it's 10 feet from me to the door behind me, and I look down, and there is poo everywhere. How I did not step in any up to that point, I have no idea. But I mean, like my heart is actually is pumping a little bit harder right now. I feel the pressure on my chest, like that feeling like, oh my God, this is the worst place for me. So I just kind of like backed out, try to hit the same spots that I stepped in, and then stood in the doorway and was like, oh my God, I almost died right there. That was terrible. Thank
You
God I
didn't
did.
die. You didn't
didn't.
die. One time I was showing a house and a guy left his teeth on the table. It was
Do these
so
come with the house, or am I gonna get charged for those?
I was like, oh my God, those are teeth. Like his teeth. It was just, and then it
Ooh,
was just sorry.
we could have so many stories about that, just sharing those real estate stories about going through other people's houses when you're showing it and the stuff that gets left
Oh,
out. Oh
oh,
my God.
that could be a
Like
whole hour.
that could be an hour-long podcast once a week with
Yeah,
those
that's true.
stories. And then
That's
you bring
true.
in some other agents that have some stories as well from, oh my gosh, we can't even get into that. That's a
Everybody has
slippery
stories.
slope. Yeah, like
Everybody's got a story.
the I wasn't took these two old ladies to this duplex, and I walk in and the first thing that they see are a set of furry handcuffs right there on the counter. Okay. That was right when we walked in. They saw furry handcuffs. And as we moved further, more things just showed up. Not a conversation we need to have right now. Use your imagination, and just about anything that you could think of was out or was there. Stripper pole and mirrors, everything. It was
We
it
we
was like,
started
wow.
off with Oreo cookies and we're ending with this.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. All right, I'm done. I am done. If you got anything else to say?
Just milk moist.
All right, milk moist it is. Let's hear a little positive thought here from Rod.
Someday you'll die, and then everything that you're worried about obviously won't matter anymore because you're not here. So while you're all worried about all that stuff that you're worried about right now, just remember when you're dead, none of it'll matter. Mostly because it doesn't matter now either. So just be a good person and do good things, live your life and be happy. And try to pass that on to everybody else while you're here. Okay. Hope you don't die soon, but if you do, you'll get over it. Come back around. Energy just sort of floats around. We're all just energy. So, okay.
Rodney
Did he really
Norman.
say, I hope you die soon?
Did he say, I hope you die soon? Well, if you do, he said, you won't care. So
won't
it's
care.
okay. Live your life. That guy's great. Rodney Newman is his name. And he's actually a comedian. He does have like a normal personality. That's just one of his characters. And it's super funny. And some of the stuff he says, though, is like, you are spot on, man. You are spot on. You just never know when the clock's up. All right, we're done. You have yourself a good one. We'll talk to you guys real soon. See you.